Welcome back. Governor Greg Abbott this week thumbing his nose at the Biden administration and announcing he will not enforce the president's vaccine mandate with members of the Texas National Guard. Abbott, in a letter to the Secretary of Defense, wrote, quote, "If the federal government keeps threatening to defund the Texas National Guard, I will deploy every legal tool available to me as governor in defense of these American heroes," end quote. Okay, panel, what do you think here? Politics or principle? Starting with you, Marcus Davis.
So I mentioned that how disgusting the last situation was. This one is equally, if not even more, egregious and disgusting. It is so unfortunate, particularly right now, this Sunday at 7:15 in the morning. It is utterly disgusting that we have conflated this idea of health and politics. I have stated for years on this program that partisan politics is the cancer that will ruin this nation, and it's happening. When we have the Omicron virus variant rising, and this virus is spreading so rapidly, but we get high on our horse and we want to try and put a mandate in on one side, and then we want to try to refuse the mandate on the other side, and nobody gives a damn about what's really happening. It's all about how the numbers play out in the midterm election and how the numbers play out in the upcoming gubernatorial election. I just think it's disgusting that we won't just pay attention to health and to human beings and to humanity versus partisan politics.
Look, Bob Price, you're on the record. You're vaccinated, but are you going to support the governor here in this position?
Well, first back to Marcus's point about the Omicron virus. Yes, it is spreading. It's 70 times more contagious than the previous versions of this, but the impact of it is much, much less. The most people, the overwhelming majority of people, get very minor symptoms, if any at all. And it appears to be not much worse than the common cold from what reports I've read on this for a lot of people. There probably are some people that get serious consequences just like there are of any other disease. So the governor is taking action against the president's policies because they aren't properly founded. They don't give you religious exceptions. They don't give you credit, if you will, for natural immunity if you've already had COVID. You're still being required to take the vaccine even if you have natural immunity. There's a lot of issues in there that are legal issues and not necessarily political issues, and the governor, I think, is acting properly on that.
Okay, Holly, jump in here for 30 seconds.
Oh, 30 seconds. Again, we're having a showdown between who has authority in these issues between the governor and the federal government. And, the governor, I wouldn't, want to question his motives or anything like that, but he is pushing back on these unconstitutional mandates that are forcing people to take this shot that, there's a lot of conflicting information about whether it's safe. And as Bob said, where are the exceptions for natural immunity and other health concerns? It'll be interesting to see what happens here.
All right, Mustafa, is this all about the Republican base and Abbott's message there?
Absolutely. Look, the problem is that if you look at the medical center right now, it's 97% capacity. That's the emergency room numbers. That puts all of us in jeopardy. And, we've mandated all sorts of vaccines for both our children that go to school and the military. So this is not the first time that this is happening. And the way military works is that you give a command and that you have to follow the commander in chief. The governor is making a political ploy just to get through the Republican primary. He is running for the vice presidential spot for Donald Trump, and he is auditioning. So this is just all about politics. And it's putting all of us in danger. Even if you don't have the virus, if you're going to the emergency room, if it's blacked up, it's because what the governor's doing right now.
Tamara Bell, during the deepest, darkest parts of this pandemic, you were on the front lines out there handing out masks. And I always like to close with you. How do you read this issue? This battle between Biden and Abbott.
This is stupid as hell. You have to take a damn shot if you want to go to Africa or get on a plane to go somewhere else. You got to show you got your shots done. I don't even act like people tripping. You act like you ain't never took a kid to school. Your kid had to get their damn shots. Stop acting so stupid and do what you need to do. I mean, you say you want to stay open. You say you want to get back to normal. You say you want to get to something. Look, do what needs to be done so we can move it. I mean it.